A Vigil for Angels Who Got Their Wings. By Christopher Breen. Staff writer. An Anniversary for Angels. Every March 10th Kim Ferry, a St. Catherine's resident, finds herself taken back to a night she will never forget, the night she lost her son and foster son to a terrible accident. March 10, 2009, 3 young lives were lost when the vehicle they were traveling in, on Queenston Street in St. Catherine's, lost control passing through Victoria Lawn Cemetery and came to a violent stop against a large tree. All 3 occupants, the driver Justin McLean, 28 years old, and passengers, Christopher Kinsman, 21 years old, and Jesse Allen, 27 years old, were pronounced dead at the scene. Every year since that fateful night, Kim Ferry, family, and friends, come together to celebrate the lives lost that night with a candlelit vigil and a celebration of life, an angelversary. He was a laid-back, kind person, Kim Ferry said, describing her son Christopher. He would always help someone when they needed it. He loved people, animals, and sports. Most of all, he loved his family. Kinsman was described as having a never-ending sense of humor that could put a smile on someone's face even during their darkest hour. He was loved by everyone who knew him. Memories is how we keep those we have lost alive, and Ferry has a few that still bring a smile to her face. When he was happy, Christopher did his Carlton dance, Ferry said, recalling fond memories of her son. He would just be goofing around and dancing like Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He had some stupid song he made up to go along with his dance. Many people say they can feel their loved ones still with them in their times of need, but that is not always the case. I don't always feel him around when I am feeling troubled, Ferry said. But there have been times when I have been really upset and a calm comes over me and I just feel that he is near. Whatever is bothering me slowly diminishes. Ferry knows things will work out in the end, and for the most part it usually does. The candlelit vigil, which marks its 6th anniversary this March 10th, helps Ferry continue on. The fact that it has been 6 years and so many people still come out and attend the vigil really makes my heart smile, Ferry said. It shows me the love and respect everyone had for Christopher. The gathering of so many people makes things a little easier for Ferry, knowing her son had touched so many lives. The weather during the vigil has not always been pleasant, Ferry said, but people are still willing to come out in the rain and the cold and the snow and come together and share memories of their times with him. A common held belief is that time heals everything. Ferry knows firsthand that isn't true. A wound like this never heals, it's there all the time, Ferry said. I have learned over the years that you can be having a really good day and suddenly anything can trigger a meltdown. Ferry remembers grocery shopping and seeing something Christopher loved to eat and suddenly having to leave the store because she had begun crying. I have cried more days than not the past 6 years, Ferry said. It's just part of being a grieving mother. You never lose that love for your child and never forget the fact that you will never be able to see your child again in this lifetime. Never hug him, never kiss him, and never hear the words "love you mommy" from him again. Ferry said, knowing that is heart-wrenching and hard to live with. Many people think that the best way to deal with the loss is to let go and move on. Ferry had a few words for those who think it is that easy. Thank your lucky star you don't walk in my shoes, Ferry said. You have no idea what it is like to have your child that you watched grow into a man, which you had so many hopes and dreams for, ripped from your life in the blink of an eye. There is no getting over it ever. Ferry said she will love and miss her son until the day she takes her last breath.